CR.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And before we get into our segment, I just want to let all the people of Iona College know that Iona College is having a Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society on Saturday. All right.
That's a great cause, Rob. That really
Definitely.
is. I mean, more important than radio or if it's talking about sports or anything. It's talking about quitting smoking, and if anyone can go quit smoke, that would be great.
You know, and I do know that a lot of the professional leagues, like the Major League Baseball and NBA and NFL, they do a really good job in endorsing and, sponsoring the effort to fight cancer. So
and really leading a healthy lifestyle is paramount to anything else. It's more important than school and anything else.
Definitely.
And before you take care of anyone else, you gotta go take care of your body.
That's right.
Amen.
All right. So we are back now, and we will be having our Major League Baseball ballpark segment, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I'll give my experience first. Bill here, he's traveled a lot more than I have in my lifetime.
A little bit more.
I probably say a lot more, but whatever he says,
Well, I mean, I haven't traveled outside the country.
I mean, me neither, but I don't really travel that many places within the country. So my only two ballpark experience that I've ever really had, I've been to 4, although it technically counts as... It's 2, but it technically counts as 4.
2 teams, 4 stadiums.
There we go. I've been to the old and new Yankee Stadium, and I've been to Shea Stadium a lot. That's probably the most I've been to, and Citi Field. Now, I'm going to give my personal accounts of all 4 if I can. All right. Now, old Yankee Stadium, I can't... It's been a really long time since I've been there. So I don't really have any fond memories of the old Yankee Stadium, to be quite honest, so I can't really give anything there. Shea Stadium, that was that was my favorite stadium growing up. I used to love going there. Every time I used to go to Shea Stadium, I would be so excited. I remember me and my dad would catch the 44 bus to Main Street, take the 7 train. That's how we did it. And a lot of great memories. Now we're gonna talk about the actual park itself. Now, as much as I loved it, Shea Stadium, in terms of aesthetics, of how well it looked or how well it didn't look, it wasn't a nice looking ballpark. Of course, I didn't notice because I was a child. I didn't
Robert,
care.
It was a dump. Be honest. The only good thing was the red Big Apple.
I mean, they still have it
in center field.
They still have it. It's bigger, actually.
Yeah, but still, just like at the old stadium, the Mets never hit homers. Yeah, it goes to the boombox and the Bronx to go see someone actually hit a home run.
Yeah, because it was like 2 feet from home plate.
Still.
Yeah, same dimensions. It's like 2 feet from home plate.
You guys are on your quest for 3, and we're on our quest for 28 this season.
That's how I look at a home run Yankee Stadium. Let's be for real. But anyway, so there's that. And now, but now I'm gonna talk about the new Yankee Stadium and Citi Field. Now, I have to give Citi Field the clear edge here, not because I have a hatred for the Yankees. That's not why. Okay, the ballparks themselves. Citi Field is more welcoming. It's a warmer environment. If you go in Yankee Stadium, it's a lot more dull. Not as many. It's not as inviting. It just feels so like an office. Really, if you walk inside. I mean, that's how I interpret it anyway. And also, the prices in Yankee Stadium are ridiculously high, and that's never going to sit well with me. So, that's just my opinion. I put Citi Field ahead of Yankee Stadium in terms of the atmosphere of the ballpark itself. In terms of moments, I go to Yankee Stadium obviously, but both stadiums were built in 2009, so who knows? All right, so Bill, what about you? Got any?
Do I have anything to say? Yeah, I got something to say.
That's the whole point.
It's the whole point of a discussion, right, Rob?
The whole point of being on radio,
Amen.
Yep.
First to start off with Shea Stadium, I think Shea Stadium was a dump, but it was Queens dump, and it was special to Queens, and I enjoyed going out there every now and then.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy going to Yankee games as well.
Yeah,
it's just,
I enjoyed going there, and I remember the first time I went out there, I actually got a foul ball from Moises Alou. Well, not a foul ball, but Moises Alou was up to bat or something during BP, and he hit a foul ball or whatever. I got a ball in BP, and I saw Moises Alou. And Citi Field, I remember, well, of course I remember. Last season, me, you, Donnelly, Killical, Lamonte from Yonkers, New York.
It was in September.
Went out with Matt and Xavier, and we had a blast. And I love going out to Citi Field. Citi Field is aesthetically, it's more pleasing than Yankee Stadium, I agree. But if we want to talk about the boombox down the Bronx, old and new, I think that Yankee Stadium, that place was unmatched and unparalleled compared to any other stadium. That place,
If I have to give my honest opinion,
Joe Frazier played there. Joe DiMaggio played there.
Joe-
Muhammad Ali played there.
you mean fought?
Muhammad
There you
Ali
go. I was
fought
gonna say,
there.
what?
The greatest game of NFL football was played there.
Yes, Giants Colts.
Giants Colts, John Unitas, and who was on the other
Don
side?
Amici scored a touchdown to end it.
And that was the house that Ruth built. Garrick came through there. All the stars in sports, baseball and football, up to a certain point in time, they came through there. From DiMaggio to Derek,
You know, in
all the baseball stars came through there.
my personal opinion, I don't think that the old Yankee Stadium should have been torn down. You know,
No, that place, it had the choo-choo train behind it.
That's probably my favorite feature of Yankee Stadium. I used to always love the fact that you could see the 4 train right there, like in a little gap in right
Exactly,
center field.
exactly, exactly. Especially,
I mean, they still have it, but it's different.
yeah, but it seems so far away. Whereas the old stadium, yeah, it was bigger. It was big too, but it seemed like home. It seemed like here we are. And to a certain extent, the new stadium is home to me too. I mean, this is where champions are made. It's not in Queens. It's in the boogie down Bronx.
Not even from there. That's my home borough, but I just can't stand myself.
Yo,
to,
you're
like,
betraying.
No, it's just I dislike everything that organization stands for. The
Stands for winning, and it stands.
I know.
Rob. The great thing I like about the Yankees is that the Yankees are always going to be there for you, just like every other team in the MLB. But they aren't going to go try to put out a lackluster product on the field every season. They're gonna
There's a whole bunch of teams that do that. You do know that, right?
What?
Let's see. The Houston Astros do it.
No. The Yankees don't try to put out a lackluster product.
Well, the reality is no team tries to, obviously. But,
I mean,
no team is gonna.
What about the New York Knicks?
I mean,
in basketball,
that's a whole other situation.
But they can't even put out a lackluster product the right way.
Exactly.
Now they might fall to number 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it was basically assuming that you would get number 1 or number 2, and now you might get number 6. Number 6 does not turn around a franchise. Number 1's turn around a franchise.
Unless you draft Reggie Bush, but anyway.
Well, did Reggie Bush really turn around a franchise?
No, that's the point.
Exactly.
That's the point. Reggie Bush was the first pick in the draft in the NFL. He did nothing.
Here.
So let's go back to our ballpark segment now.
Yeah, but on to other stadiums. I'll just mention through the list the other places I've gone to. Citizens Bank Park, Comerica, Fenway.
You want to go down the list?
Yeah.
All right, let's start from the top.
No, that I've gone to, and then we'll go into.
Okay.
Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies play. Comerica Park, home of the Detroit Tigers. Fenway, home of the Red Sox. Let me see. Minute Maid Park, home of the Astros. Nationals Park, home of the Nationals. And also RFK Stadium, the former home of the Nationals.
And Redskins as well.
Redskins and Senators. And that park is actually my favorite park of all time in a quirky, weird way. That park, it was such a dump. It's by Anacostia, over by the Anacostia River, and over by the old Navy Yard in Washington, D.C. But I just love that park. It was very quirky, and it was actually built for the Olympics, I believe, or something like that. And that's where the...
that was in Atlanta.
No. They used that place for certain Olympic purposes.
Okay.
Over there. Or they were trying to go get the Olympics to D.C. That's why they built the stadium, I believe. And the D.C. United plays there right now. Who else? Oriole Park at Camden Yards. My family's gone to PNC. I haven't. Rogers Center up in Toronto. Tropicana Field. Wrigley. And that's it. Well, that's all the stadiums.
That you've been to?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go down the list. And now, of course, we haven't been to all of them. But we're just going to, based off of what we see like during games.
ESPN,
and all the
Comcast,
things, all things we've heard about the stadium, so we're going to try to give our best, opinions about each one. So let's go down the list from number 1. It's in alphabetical order by the name of stadium. So
yeah,
number 1, what is it?
Angel Stadium in Anaheim, LA.
Stadium in Anaheim. All right. So Angel Stadium in Anaheim. The thing about it, the ballpark to me looks very average in my opinion. My opinion, it's not nothing special about it. I mean, one nice feature they have over there in Anaheim, California, is that little rock pile that they have in left center. You know, that's pretty unique. Although Colorado has it too, but
And also, when someone from the Angels hits a home run, the fountains burst,
yes,
just like they do in Kansas City.
yeah. But other than that, I mean, the view's not really great. You know.
No. To me, it seems. Well,
And also another thing I have to mention, it's actually an old stadium.
It is.
1966.
Well, Rob, the problem to me is that I think that it is aesthetically pleasing, but it gives off the vibe that it's very corporate, just like you say with Yankee Stadium, and that probably has to do with the whole aspect, or it correlates with the aspect that the franchise is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
But onto
And-
AT&T Park.
And also another thing, it used to be home of the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
They used to have a grandstand that extended to the outfield, then they tore it down, make it baseball only, just like they did in Atlanta.
Yeah, but AT&T Park,
AT&T Park is beautiful,
that is one of the most beautiful stadiums.
and by the way, that's the home of the San Francisco Giants.
Home of the San Francisco Giants. I love it when players from both the Giants and visiting teams make a splash, so to speak, in
Yeah, they have-
McCovey Cove.
They have a Levi's splash counter.
Yeah,
You know.
splash counter.
Barry Bonds is known to hit it out there a couple times.
Barry.
You know, so that ballpark definitely has high rankings. Wait, should we have like a ranking system? Of,
No, not yet.
okay,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Busch Stadium, I like.
Yeah, it has a very classical feel to it.
Very classical feel. New stadium.
Newish. You know, 2008. That's kind of
Well,
new.
I mean, that's kind of new.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's the third stadium in St. Louis named Busch Stadium. You know,
Yeah.
They had two previous stadiums named Busch Stadium. This is the third one.
yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I like it. The thing about the ballpark is there aren't any features of the ballpark that jump out at you, but there's not
Well,
no stadium.
well,
No, I'm not saying it's a bad
Rob,
thing.
Rob,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Rob, what about the part that you have a great view of
Oh, definitely.
of the Gateway Arch and the
Yes.
Mississippi River?
And the skyline of St. Louis.
Yeah, the skyline of St. Louis from there. I always think that it's great to go watch a day game on Fox Sports between the Cardinals Cubs, like in May.
When the Cubs are good, which is rarely.
In May from St. Louis. We'll go to Chase Field. Chase Field.
Chase Field kind of seems more like a mall. Like if you,
Yeah,
if you look at
yeah.
Because you know it's square. You know, it has a retractable roof. You know, it doesn't seem like baseball's played there. You know, it looks more like a football stadium from the outside. You know, and I know this because you know I spend time on this sometimes. You know, it looks like a mall on the outside. You know, it's you know like I said before, it's square.
Yeah, but the thing I like about it is that it has a retractable dome.
Yeah.
And also, I like the fact that it has deep home run walls, basically down the line.
Deep fences.
Yeah, deep fences, and also to center field. It's 420, I believe, or
No, it's not 420.
No,
420.
no. No, I think it is
No,
420.
I think that's in Detroit actually.
No,
That's
Detroit has 420, and also Houston has 420.
No, Houston is 435. They
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
hill actually.
yeah.
You know, let's actually jump to that one since I mentioned it.
Okay, yeah.
Minute Maid Park in Houston. Now you've been to that one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And let me give my take on it if I can. Minute Maid Park. The thing about it seems kind of, you know, no disrespect to the stadium, no disrespect to the Houston Astros organization.
I think it's one of the most beautiful stadiums.
the stadium.
in baseball.
To me, the stadium seems kind of childlike. You know, if you think about it, like.
Well,
this,
I like that.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just kind of seems a little childlike. You know, they have the literally a choo-choo train, you know, in left field that every time you hit home run.
Big Poppy, too bad you aren't a righty.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't know how to hit the ball to left field.
Yeah, unfortunately. And also they have Tal's Hill, which is in center field.
Yeah. Oh, I love that place. And also the flagpole.
Yes, the
right there
flagpole
in
that's
center
right on
field.
it. It's in play.
Yeah, yeah.
In play.
Yeah, I remember having to watch Carlos Beltran when he was with the Astros a little bit.
Oh, so that was about 05.
Yeah. I remember watching Carlos Beltran go up that hill, and I forgot who hit a ball. But Carlos Beltran was there. It looked like he was going to go catch it until all of a sudden he goes up Tal's Hill, and he's lost. And the guy hits, forgot, at least a triple, perhaps an inside the park home run. But that's deep. And I remember going out there and looking at little David Eckstein. He was on the Cardinals.
I remember David Eckstein.
Yeah, David Eckstein. Yeah, he was one of my favorite players because 5'7" at most, and World Series MVP in 06 for the Cardinals. But I remember looking at Eckstein. I'm like, how are you gonna park this ball in the park if you hit it right up the middle? I mean, how are you even gonna hit it to the hill? And the cool thing I like about the hill is that you have the regular warning track for the stadium from left to right, or vice versa. And then when you go up Tallis Hill, you have another warning track. But the flagpole is empty, usually. And that's just weird. Like, why do you have a flagpole in the middle of the stadium?
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
It really is.
That's a unique quirk about.
It really is. It really is. But just think about how it used to be for Joey D and Mickey Mantle out there in center, playing center for the Yankees, where you had Monument Park right there. You're seeing the face of Earth when you're seeing a ball in the sun in the Bronx. So, I mean, it's interesting for the fans, but just imagine you're Beltran, DiMaggio, or Mantle. It must be hard.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
So what's before we did Minute Maid Park.
Oh, we're on to Citizens Bank Park.
Citizens Bank Park. Now, this ballpark gets a lot of praise as being one of the better ballparks in Major League Baseball. You know,
but it has the worst team in baseball.
The Reds? I'm
Citizens
sorry.
Bank Park,
Citizens Bank Park. My mistake.
Yeah, you're thinking about Great American Ballpark.
Yeah,
Come on,
I get it confused. Both teams.
It's another Great American City.
Both teams wear red.
But,
you know, named after the bank, actually, Great American. But you know, is that? But Citizens Bank Park. You know, it's a nice ballpark. Worst team in baseball, like you said. It's
projected to be the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, it's a hit. It's a home
They're
run.
3-4. 3-4 on the season.
You know, the ballpark's a home run friendly.
Miami's 1-6. Miami.
You know, the ballpark's known to be very home run friendly. You know, and one thing that really gives me high marks about the ballpark itself, not the fans obviously, but you know, it's Philly for goodness sakes. But one feature I love about the ballpark, as much as I dislike the team, Mets fan, is the Liberty Bell that they have whenever.
Well, the electronic
Liberty Bell when a player in the Phillies hits a home run. I find that really cool, actually, especially when it's at night. That's when it looks the best. But I don't like seeing it like on. You know.
Yeah, I remember watching Yankees Phillies games whenever they would play interleague games, and watching Bobby Abreu.
Yes, I remember Abreu.
And Bobby Abreu would annually or biannually, whenever they play at Citizens Bank Park, park it up to the upper deck. Or when I would watch the Mets Phillies, that guy would just dominate. And then all of a sudden I heard that Bobby Abreu was coming to the Bronx. And I was like, this guy's going to ball out. And he did. He did. But I don't think he stayed for 09. And too bad for Robert that he didn't win a championship. And, I mean,
he did win one with Philly, I believe.
Did he? Right. Did he? No. When did Philly win?
Oh, no, 08.
No. Oh, yeah. But he was at the Yankees then. I think
you're right.
I think he left both teams before he ever won a ring. And that guy was one of the greatest players, I think.
He was very underrated.
That I saw in my lifetime playing right field.
Very, very underrated player.
Very strong arm. I mean, that guy, he wasn't up there with Roberto Clemente or Guerrero or Ichiro, but that guy, he was on the level right below that with the arm.
Yeah.
And that guy, for any player going from 1 to 3 or from home to second, that's a guy that, you don't want to run on.
Definitely.
He is the type of guy that, if you're running on, he's going to make you question going from second to third with 1 out. And your manager's going to be screaming at you.
Definitely. All right, so what's the next ballpark on the list after Citizens Bank in Philadelphia?
Comerica.
Comerica in Detroit.
Comerica. When I went to Comerica, they had this popcorn out there in Comerica. I never had a popcorn like it. It was like sweet, flavory cheese. It was like the type of cheese that it's expired or whatever, but but you just want it because it has like that savory feel to it. And I would just go back for more.
Definitely.
Me and my pops went to 2 games there. Versus Red Sox. First night, it was, what was it? It was a Saturday night. We go to the park, and we already think that they have a day game. We weren't interested in the schedule. And we go around 3 or 4 expecting the games to be wrapping up. And it turns out they have a night game versus the Sox. And I see Manoram and Big Papi. And was Dustin Pedroia on the team yet? I don't think he was.
What year was this?
I forgot.
That seems like about 2004.
Oh, 04, 05?
No, Pedroia wasn't there yet.
04, 05.
He got there about 05. Pedroia did.
Yeah. But I remember the first time I ever got a ball from a batting practice was there. I didn't catch it. Actually, the first time I actually caught a ball in BP was last season at Yankee Stadium. Before then, I had to go ask for the ball or whatever. But I guess I stepped up to maturity last season, catching the ball on my own. And what happened there? Yeah, I was there. Everyone was trying to get a Manny Ramirez ball. I was in right field with my pops. And Josh Beckett actually catches the ball in right. And, everyone's there trying to get, hey, Josh, could you go give him the ball? Or throw the ball to me. So I'm there. And he throws the ball to the guy right next to me. And the guy right next to me gives me the ball. And I'm there. I'll post a picture or whatever later. I get a ball from Manny Ramirez. Now I'm going on and on. But
now let's actually talk about the ballpark. Now you started off talking about the food there, and you talk about the popcorn with the weird cheese. Every stadium has their weird little food or whatever.
Well, I mean that's the beauty. That's the beauty that every single thing is different.
Now about Comerica Park. Now from what I've seen from it, it's a very nice stadium. Kind of small.
Kind of small.
It looks kind of it's one of the lower capacities. It only has 2 decks. So
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, I mean that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it. It feels very home.
Yankee Stadium feels like a canyon compared to.
I think that Comerica Park has kept its, and I've never gone to Tiger Stadium, but it's kept its feel. That Tiger Stadium had, where Tiger Stadium, that place was a boombox, even more than the old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And
then things about
well, Rob, just like you were talking about, what stadium was it? Citizens Bank Park at night. Comerica Park at night, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And that's another stadium that shows a view of the Detroit skyline.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You have the Hank Greenberg statue over in center field. You have all the statues over in center field. And, you're talking about having downtown Detroit in the skyline. And I remember looking at, what was it? The General Electric's building or some, and me and my dad were staying at a hotel in downtown Detroit, and we were walking back after, what game was it? It was a Saturday night game, and I think Placido Polanco actually hit a walk-off home run, if you could think of that.
I could.
Yeah,
he was a good player.
His 2 annual home runs a year, though, choking up 3 inches on the bat, playing for the
he had a really high batting average most of the time. So.
Oh, that guy was a baller. That guy was a baller at second.
But
annual Gold Glove contender. But I remember walking back. My dad was like, if anything happens to me, because we're walking through downtown Detroit, or getting to downtown Detroit from the stadium.
Probably the safest place.
Getting to downtown Detroit from the stadium.
Go ahead.
My dad's like, see that bright red light? It's like we're looking at the North Star. And he's like, walk there. If anything happens to me. Nothing happened to my dad, and he's working today. But
okay.
if my dad's watching, what's up, Pops?
All right, so about the ballpark itself. There's a lot of
Rob. I don't see us getting to all of them.
I mean, you went on a lot of tangents.
I mean, we got a lot of stadiums.
Let me just wrap this one about Comerica Park real quick.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that there's 2 large tiger statues on the scoreboard and the fountain in center field. That's a very nice feature. So we're gonna get to one more before we get to break, and then we'll be right back. What's the next one?
Well, here let's do a few of them. Yeah. We'll do Dodger Stadium, Fenway.
We're trying not to do many stories, so
yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll do Dodger Stadium, Fenway. The Trop. I like the Trop a little bit. We'll do U.S. Cellular and Wrigley Field.
All right, let's do that right now.
Let's go.
All right, so what was the first one?
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium is what park I really want to go to. I'm not really an LA person because it's hot, but it seems like a really
and
nice,
the ladies.
It seems like a really nice place to go to.
Huh.
No real complaints with it. I heard it's one of the crown jewels of ballparks in baseball. And that goes without saying. Yeah, I mean that's saying something about the stadium itself.
Yeah.
One of the larger ones too. Actually, I think it's the largest in capacity actually, but so that's definitely top of the list.
No, Rob, I definitely think that I want to be a part of Blue Heaven on Earth, Dodger World, and get out to Chavez Ravine I mean, Koufax has gone through there. Kirk Gibson with his memorable home run in the World Series. And now they have a great team out there. And I would love to go out there. And like you said, I mean...
All right, man.
I mean, Rob and I, sometimes, for the fans, we talk about great stadiums and everything and getting out places. And we were talking about Dodger Stadium, and they got posted pictures to my old Instagram account.
All right, man.
And Rob says, that's the type of ballpark I don't want to go with my family. I just want to go out there just to enjoy the game.
Definitely.
And have a Dodgers dog at.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the quirkiest or greatest foods, even though I don't eat hot dogs because I'm allergic to it, in all of baseball.
All right, so the next one you said was Fenway, right?
Yeah, Fenway. Next on the list, actually.
Fenway's by far the quirkiest baseball stadium in.
Do you think so? What about Wrigley?
Wrigley's not really quirky. It looks like just an old school ballpark.
Until now.
Fenway is just quirky. You know, it has the Green Monster, Pesky's pole in
Pesky
right
pole.
field. It's about 300 feet, which is, you know, if you pull a ball enough.
It's 309.
309.
No, it's 302 down the line to the Pesky pole.
302. Right.
And it's 310 down the line to the Green Monster. Although I expect both of them to probably be about 295 for the Pesky pole and about 298 in actuality for the Green Monster.
Yeah. So it's definitely a quirky stadium, you know. But
and the triangle in
the triangle in center,
center?
right center, yes.
Right center.
But you know, it's also
where Alex hit a monster home run against Ryan Dempster 2 seasons ago when he was going through his arbitration.
So anything Fenway Park, you know, it to me obviously there's a history part of it, but it's an okay looking ballpark in my opinion. You know?
Okay looking, Rob. I think it's one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of baseball.
You said that about
I
two
think
times.
I think that all the ballparks in baseball are beautiful. But I fell in love watching Fever Pitch, the movie, with Jimmy Fallon and what's her face? I forgot her name. Barrymore, Drew Barrymore. And I probably have watched that movie about 50 times. And I've had the ability to go up to Boston a few times.
And
I love that
the
place.
last one for break is what is it?
Well, we got the Trop, U.S. Cellular, and Wrigley.
All right, we'll do those three. Tropicana Field. I'm trying to find good things to say, but I can't.
Good things?
No. Well, you know, it looks... I can't even describe what it looks like on the outside. It's just strange, and the inside just looks extremely dull. You know, it's a gray roof and some seats inside. That's really all it is. You know.
That's all it is.
It's nothing special about it. Tampa really needs a new stadium because they're in Florida and they play there. You know, it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
And so what's the next one?
Well, you didn't let me talk about it. I think.
If you want to talk about it, go ahead.
No. Well, the thing I like about the Trop is that the Trop has, and it's a very old time aspect to the park. It has bullpens on the foul lines, and it's comparable to AT&T Park, to the old Marlins Stadium, where the Dolphins play now, and Wrigley, and who else has that? Oakland. Oakland has that too, on the lines. But I think that's awesome. And I also like the fact that it's inside. It's not a retractable dome. When you go there, you're playing inside, and you know a lot of people weren't going there. But all of a sudden,
oh yeah, when you watch Rays games in Tampa, the stadium is empty.
Except for like 2008 when they made it to the playoffs versus the Phillies.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. And I think that the team, they might have to go build a new stadium, but I like it. And to U.S. Cellular, what do you think?
I mean, did you skip? Who cares? U.S. Cellular Field, from the Southside Sox. That ballpark is very...
Southside Hitman.
From what I've seen on TV, on television, and from pictures, it looks very ordinary.
Very ordinary? Why do you say that every stadium is ordinary?
I don't know. It just seems like, you know...
Rob, every single time that someone hits a home run there, fireworks go off. Do you think that's ordinary?
No, every stadium has their own little home run celebration, but I'm talking about the way
the
ballpark
Yankees?
looks, the seats.
Do the Yankees?
I mean, they play some music, but, you know, there's that. But if you look at it on the inside, first of all, the dimensions are completely symmetrical.
Do the Yankees do the Nationals?
I'm continuing.
Do the Padres? Do the Pirates?
Now, like I was saying, if you actually look at the stadium on the inside, the seats, the way the seats are configured, it just looks, you know, like they took a mold of, you know, stereotypical ballpark and just made it.
Well, it was designed in the retro age when they replaced Comiskey.
Well, there you go. That doesn't mean it's not ordinary. It is. So, and also the White Sox haven't been great there.
Yeah, but every single team, you have to appreciate the diverse aspects of every single team. Like I said before, or in our conversations, that every single team tells a different narrative of a different population in America. Just like the Yankees, you could say, oh, it was corporate New York, and the Mets, it's the outer borough.
Working class New York, really.
It's the outer borough.
I mean, outer borough would be Staten Island, but, if...
The Queens is the outer borough. That's, if we want to get into politics right here, that's the whole thing. That Mario Cuomo,
All right,
that Mario Cuomo's career, and Andrew Cuomo's career is based off.
We don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, Rob, could I just say what I'm saying? That Mario Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo's career is based off of speaking for the outer borough New Yorkers, your everyday New York. So you have to appreciate the different aspects.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I'm just saying from what I've seen, what it looks like. I'm just going off what it looks like. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I've been doing it this whole time.
Okay.
And Wrigley Field is the next one.
Yeah, Wrigley Field. Next
Field.
and final.
Final. No, we have another segment after this. So
Next and final ballpark.
for till the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're gonna continue.
No.
We skipped a whole bunch.
Yeah, Rob, we also have other news.
All right.
Let's talk about the drug epidemic in baseball.
Well, let's talk about Wrigley. Wrigley Field. Is similar to what I'm gonna take a lot of heat for this. I know. It's similar to what you said about Shea Stadium. The actual. From what I've heard anyway, the place was a dump. But then again, you have the history of the ballpark, and the field, the dimensions are pretty unique, but not in a necessarily bad way. The ivy in the outfield is pretty nice, and
the brick wall, and the brick wall before the ivy grows in.
Yeah, that
or in the playoffs.
That happens during the spring. Oh, during the summer.
What about the basket? What about the basket?
The basket?
Yeah. The basket where in left and right field and center field too, where
when they
yeah, it catches the home run ball.
It rolls down the I know.
It catches the home run ball.
I didn't know that was I didn't know it had a name really. One thing I do love is the outfit, the bleacher seats on top of the buildings across the streets in Sheffield and Waveland. It is it?
Sheffield and Addison.
Addison. There we go.
And I think Waveland's in center.
Center, right. So that's probably the nicest thing I like about Wrigley Field is the fact that they have that. And Wrigley Field kind of like I heard that if you walk to Wrigley Field on the outside, it doesn't feel like a baseball stadium's there.
No, it's a neighborhood stadium. You play half of the home games there are day games, and you have the guys from their mom's basement in the neighborhood coming to the games.
Yeah,
they're yuppies.
Yeah,
they're yuppies. They're lovable losers.
So
I mean, you can't get mad at them.
You can't.
But the Mets you can get mad at.
And why is that? Because
the Cubs, they're supposed to lose. The Cubs, is part of their culture. If the Cubs start winning, or if the Cubs, they stop having the mistakes that, if they stop having mistakes that go along with the curse of the GOAT and, Steve Bartman and everything like that, the Cubs will stop being the Cubs that we know. And so just like if the Cubs start becoming corporate, like you say the Yankees are, which I disagree with, then the Cubs are going to stop being.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you disagree
the Cubs
with it
and everything.
That's just how it is. But so that's Wrigley Field.
I think it's just an aspect of them living in New York or being in New York.
I mean, the Jets and Giants aren't like that, and neither are the Nets. Well, Nets maybe a little bit.
The Nets are.
Yeah, the Nets are completely.
I think that every single team.
Well, technically, every team is corporate. They have to be. They're a business, but
yeah.
The feel and the whole, aura around organization is very, downtown businessy. But yet they put the stadium in the Bronx to try to be like real New Yorkers. But that's another thing. So we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with more Major League Baseball news.